competitive, sincere, genuine. Those are just a few of the words that coaches and players use to describe Coach Johnson. And although it is a day of mourning, it is also a day to honor her beautiful spirit.
And we're about 20 minutes away from kickoff here at Memorial Stadium. The 4th-ranked Rider Raiders facing off against the 8th-ranked Lubbock Coronado Mustangs. And this has been a quarterback matchup for weeks that we have been anticipating. But the quarterback for Rider, Jacob Rodriguez, who's committed to Virginia, he is out with an ankle injury. Now, Sawyer Robertson for Lubbock Coronado, he is still playing, and he is committed to Mississippi State. Now, Rodriguez's replacement, Jack Pitts, has seen about a quarter of experience, and coaches think he's ready for primetime, and we'll see how much points he can put up tonight for the Rider Raiders. We'll have highlights for you later tonight. Now back to you, Sobin, in studio. Now, citizens who want to remove the monument must have a petition of at least 3,000 verified signatures to bring this issue to a vote. Now, if that happens, that vote will most likely be on the May ballot.
Okay, PJ, thank you so much.
With bartenders out of jobs and low revenue coming in for bar owners, this closing weighs heavy on local bars as they try to stay afloat. Not only does Medicine Park Aquarium have Lola the boa constrictor, but they also have river otters and quails.
The leaves taste good. It's pretty hot outside, isn't it?
Now for this week's game, Rider head coach Mark Bendel and his coaching staff had a very tough decision to make. Rider quarterback 1, Jacob Rodriguez, left last week's game with an ankle injury and he didn't return. Now we practiced throughout the week and even seeing him dressed up on the sidelines, he definitely looked ready to go. But coaches, parents, and the training staff had to decide what was best for him long term, and that leaves the Raiders without their QB1 and a tough team to go out and beat an 8th-ranked Lubbock Coronado. Now we head out to the game now. Coronado with the ball. Now 3rd down here for Sawyer Robertson to Trevor Stevens. Look at this beautiful throw over the shoulder catch for Stevens, 1st down. And now we got Mustangs capping the drive off with Antonio Malone. He finds the end zone, and that makes it 7-0 Mustangs. Now a block punt and a safety makes it 9-0 Mustangs. And here we go, Mustangs back on offense again. Robertson, Jacoy Ferreira, and now we got Coronado scoring again, 60-0 Ferreira, all up in by Cameron there. 16-0 Coronado. 3rd quarter now, a blocked punt for a touchdown makes it 23-0 Coronado. And next we have on the ensuing kickoff, Nick Darkus, now back there all the way in his end zone, takes the ball, goes 101 yards. Look at him break a few tackles there, weaving his way all the way down the field. And he takes this all the way to the end zone. 101 yards for Nick Darkus, gets the Raiders on the scoreboard, 23-7. Coronado still up. Now another touchdown makes it 37 Coronado. They will score again. Now we got Rider back here on offense. Jack Pitts to Rance Radke, and he takes the ball down the sideline for a 1st down, 23 yards to the 48. Now we have another 2 plays later. Pitts finds Radke again for 17 yards. Now we got a few plays later here on 3rd down for Rider. Pitts takes the ball, scrambles right, and finds his favorite man of the night, Rance Radke, once again, all the way down to the 2-yard line for the 1st and goal. Next play, the linebacker, senior Coleman Bledsoe, punched it in, 30-13. Rider, 2 touchdowns now on the board. They would go for 2 and fail, 30-13 Coronado. Moving to the 4th, Coronado would score 2 more times, 44-13. Here we have Robertson once again, committed to Mississippi State. Mike Leach is definitely going to love him next year. He finds Kavondrick Carr 37 yards down the field in the end zone, and Coronado would beat the Raiders 51-13. Robertson ends the game with 267 yards and 3 touchdowns. Next up, we go out to Henrietta. City View on the road, lots of points here, so let's head out into it. Isaiah Marks with this bomb. Look at this bomb by Isaiah Marks. Finds Robert Brooks Jr. 52 yards all the way down the field. Brooks finishes with 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. Few plays later, Chris Graham takes the toss into the end zone for the Mustangs. They go up 6-0. 2-point conversion makes it 8-0 Mustangs. City View now back with the ball. 3rd and long from the 22-yard line. Marks finds one of his favorite receivers, Trey Brown, in the end zone. Is it a catch? Hands up, touchdown for Trey Brown. Another 2-point conversion makes it 60-0 City View. Brown finishes with 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bearcats of Henrietta not giving up now. Quarterback Reese Essler takes the handoff. He goes all the way down the sideline. He thinks he scores, but he goes out at about the 4-yard line. So what does Essler do? Once again, quarterback keeper. And he bumbles taking a hit there. He looks like he's hurt, but he got the score for the Bearcats. 16-7, City View still up. Now back on offense. Look at Marks again. Beautiful ball all the way to Weston Ham for the score. 22-7, City View. Now we are only in the second quarter. Now next, Bearcats with the ball. Look at those cheerleaders there cheering their hearts out for the Bearcats. Essler, he takes the ball once again. Now looking to throw, runs around, still looking, throws another bomb all the way down the field, finds this receiver, Baron Brown, 52 yards. Look at Baron Brown stun on him. 22-14, City View still up. But here come the Mustangs again. Mark, screen pass. Sean Cherry, look at him run, 41 yards. Whoop, there you go. Sean Cherry into the end zone. City View now up 29-14. Now last play of the first half. The Mustangs still back on offense. Last play, about 5 seconds left. Mark scrambles, looking to make some magic happen. Throws another bomb. Who's it gonna be? Boop! Trey Brown, end zone, 35-14. City View goes up into the half, and City View would take another touchdown early on in the third, and they will take this one from Henrietta, 55-28. Marks finishes with 491 yards and 6 touchdowns. Now let's look at a few scores from around the area. Olney over Electra. First time Olney will beat Electra in 21 years. A tip of the hat to Olney and that great squad that they're doing this year. Another score, Old High over Caprock, 33-14. And that's another good win for Old High, bouncing back from that loss to Ryder just last week. Now we're going to switch on over to volleyball. City View again. City View volleyball, fence golf against the Bowie Jackrabbits. Here's Bowie with the set to Tegan Jones. She spikes it home as Jackrabbits go up 21-12. Bowie takes that first set, 25-15. Now on to the second set. Haley Duval, she starts off the set with 4 service aces in a row, and she gets that one right there for the Lady Jackrabbits. They go up 4-0. Now Bowie back on offense, and look at Kirkham across the lane. She takes another point for Bowie. But now back here come the Mustangs. Olivia Marks, she gets the ace for the Mustangs. They're on the board 7-4. Bowie still up. Mustangs again getting a little bit of momentum going. Presley Marks, she comes down the middle, but the Jackrabbits respond. Here's Olivia Gill right across there. Can't get that dig. Olivia Gill gets the point for the Jackrabbits. They take the set 25-13, and Bowie would defeat City View in straight sets 25-17, 25-20, and 25-18. Now some more volleyball scores around the area. Graham over Iowa Park in 2 games. Ashton Reese with 22 kills there. Hershey also defeating Burke Burnett 25-13, 23-25, 25-14, and 13-25. And also more scores. Holiday over Nakona. And the Holiday with the stats, Bree Zeller, Skylar Rivers, Sarah Cohen combining for 55 digs. A beautiful, beautiful performance by them tonight. Now we got Archer City over Harold in 3 straight sets, 25-14, 25-5, 25-12. Maddie Lopez with 10 aces and some taps volleyball. Wichita Christian over Holy Cross in 3 straight sets. Now the pandemic has affected high school sports in many, many ways. Teams have had to cancel or postpone games because of COVID-19 cases at schools, and players have had to sit out as well. But the Holiday Eagles faced a challenge bigger than any opponent when they found out their entire varsity squad had to quarantine. Imagine that, your entire varsity team quarantining just a day before their first district game. Now, depending on their junior varsity to pick up the slack, the Eagles came out with the victory over Valley View 8-6 to remain undefeated. Here's a look at the Holiday Eagles in this week's Sports Spotlight.
You have no helmet decal, you're often a practice squad dummy, and you're always dreaming of playing on Friday night. This is the life of a junior varsity football player. The day before the Holiday Eagles faced their first district opponent of the season in Valley View, the JV team found themselves under the Friday night lights.
These guys right here were packing up for a trip to Fort Worth to play Brewer. The older guys were out there on the game field going through basically our pregame stuff, and we got the call. Well, I went to a meeting and they said, you're not going to play with your varsity.
160 band students and the entire varsity football team were sent home for COVID-19 related quarantine. But instead of postponing or canceling the game, the Eagles called up 23 junior varsity players to start in a varsity game. While Holiday's playbook is the same all the way from 7th grade to varsity, they did have to make some personnel adjustments.
We had to move our starting strong tackle to the center spot, and luckily we had a backup strong tackle. We just plug him right in there. We did, however, lose both of our tailbacks because they were in the band. So we had 0 tailbacks, so we had to move a fullback to tailback and then take one of our receivers and plug him in just in case.
The Eagles went to war with their 23 and took an 8-0 lead into the third quarter. Valley View scored a touchdown to make it 8-6, and a failed 2-point conversion proved to be the difference in the Eagle victory. Even though many adjustments had to be made to get the W, no one on this team had a doubt they could pull it off.
As the JV coach, I couldn't be prouder of these guys. I think we rotated 15 people in, so there's only basically like 3 or 4 rotations of people coming in the game. They played the whole entire game.
With a district win and continuing Holiday's winning streak, this junior varsity team proved themselves to be heroes. With your sports spotlight, I'm PJ Green, KFDX 3 Sports.
Burn the boats up 3! 1, 2, 3! Burn the boats!
The Bowie Jackrabbits had a lot of work ahead of them this season after finishing last season without a win. But with the 2-1 start to their season, things were looking up. Then Bowie began district play against state-ranked Brock, who held Bowie scoreless and put up 79 points. Bowie then went on to lose to Pilot Point 52-21.
We had to kind of have a short memory with that one, let that one, put that one in the past and move forward. And then had Pilot Point, played Pilot Point well for a half. That's kind of been our Achilles heel this year, is putting together 2 halves.
With losses like that to start district play, it can be demoralizing for a team who has had 2 wins in the last 2 seasons. But the Jackrabbits were determined to change the tide.
We showed up Saturday at 8:30. All we did, we played a game called Rabbit Ball. We cranked up the music, had the stadium rocking, and we played Rabbit Ball for about an hour, hour and a half, and moved on. Didn't watch the film, went on, moved on, put it behind us.
Bowie traveled to Peaster this past week and held a 2-point lead early in the fourth quarter, and after back and forth scoring, Bowie goes up by 10 with just a few minutes left. Peaster scores a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to bring it within 2, but Bowie recovers an onside kick to preserve their first district win since 2018.
We didn't feel like we should have lost like that, and to have a win this past week, it really just brings our energy up for the practices and everything, and proves that we can play with just about anybody we want to if we can put 4 quarters together.
With a district win under their belt and a different mentality than in past years, the Jackrabbits say they're ready for the rest of district play.
Our mental toughness has improved by just a whole bunch. Last year we could get down by a touchdown in the first quarter and we'd quit. The coaches really strive to have us get mentally tougher and fight through adversity.
The Jackrabbits will continue to fight adversity as they prepare to host Paradise and even up their district record. With your Team of the Week, I'm PJ Green. Text on this box.